on that again, bro. Somebody did, or wait, that was Peyton. Yeah, he said who?
He said what happened. All right, boys. GCMMA coming to you with our postcard reactions to Cannonier versus Rodrigues. The shit just ended. It feels good, boys. Reactions are definitely a fun aspect of doing these videos because we can bring them to you. Our favorite to do is the live reactions in between everyone, but those only for special circumstances. But yeah, boys, reaction video.
Yeah, boys, if we were to do the live reactions after every fight for every card, our channel would have already been taken down. But overall thoughts on the card before we break down each fight. I think it was a decent card, probably rated 6 or 7 out of 10, if I'm being honest. Wasn't the best, wasn't the worst, middle of the pack type of card. What more can you expect with a Jared Cannonier main event, really? Nothing.
I think we went 7-3 again on this card, boys.
We went crazy with the picks, and for some reason I feel like we always do really good on the cards where it's not like a big thing type of card, it's like a smaller card or stuff like that. We tend to somehow always do good on those.
All I know, boys, is we went 7-2 or 7-3 last week, 7-3 this week. Before that, we did it again, boys. Look, we really appreciate everybody who's been sticking with GCMMA into the new year. You know, we said we were coming back, and it seems like we're hitting our stride right now. Hitting over 70% 3 weeks in a row. That's pretty good, boys, and we don't want to get too ahead of ourselves. Of course, there's going to be shitty weeks, so we just want to say, whether you guys are tailing our bets or not, we just want to say we appreciate you watching the videos because we are doing pretty well consistently so far.
Yeah, and most of the things that we miss is like...
It's bullshit,
It's
boys.
bullshit.
And we'll get into the main event in a little bit. But starting off, boys, we had Walter Walker versus Don'Tale Mayes. Little bit nervous going into this one. We hadn't seen a whole bunch from Walter Walker, and this is not like it was safe to just say, oh, Walter Walker is going to win this because he submitted Junior Tafa. But Don'Tale Mayes really is not that great. We found out 2 really crazy things today. Number 1, Don'Tale Mayes is only 33 years old. I feel like we've been seeing him get his ass kicked for the last 10 years. Number 2, Don'Tale Mayes was fucking ranked. So
that division is so cooked, boys. If Don'Tale Mayes is a ranked fighter.
Walter Walker is going to be number 15 come Tuesday, and we'll be excited to see what comes to it. If he can grapple like that with these other guys, I think he'll realize some success inside of this division. So just happy he got the job done, and that was first right pick.
Yeah, boys, and that's just crazy to me how you can come into the UFC, get a win over Junior Tafa and Don'Tale Mayes and be ranked in the division. Heavyweight has been
lose
cooked.
to Lucas Bresky, win against Junior Tafa and Don'Tale Mayes, and you're ranked.
Yeah, heavyweight is a cooked division right now, boys.
Yusuf Zalal isn't ranked, but
yeah,
fucking
that
Walter...
tells you all you need to know. Walter Walker, if he was a featherweight, would not even be in the UFC, to be honest, boys.
Elijah Smith against Vince Morales. Elijah Smith proved that he worked, you know, a lot since his last fight. He defended quite a bit of submission attempts, made it into later rounds, and he really impressed me. He's he's basically damn near our age, and it's just cool to see someone like that representing inside of the UFC. Unfortunately, Francisco Prado is not someone we can really say the same thing about, but Elijah Smith... he's going in there. I like to see him against some other guys in the division. I know Vince Morales, guys, like 9 times out of 10, the dude who's coming in with the dyed red hair is not walking out of that with their hand raised.
As soon as we saw that, I knew what the outcome of the fight was, boys. And like Elijah Smith said in the post-fight interview, he pretty much said like in his fight on the Contender Series, a lot of people were questioning his cardio and his durability, and he proved us that when he has a full camp, his cardio and durability is a lot better than what it looked like on that Contender Series fight. He went all 3 rounds. They were scrapping it. They were wrestling. His cardio got tested, and he proved that he has a decent enough cardio to be in the UFC. Vince
Morales needs to be cut.
Yeah, he's
Come
going
in and
for...
this is my 10th fight in the UFC. I'm gonna show him who belongs here. You're 34 years old and you fought in the UFC 9 times and you're losing to some guy make his debut. Get the fuck out
And you're
of here.
spamming Bolivian neck fly traps or whatever the fuck you were trying, whatever those shitty submissions you were trying to pull off. You were just, that honestly looked like somebody's drunk uncle at like a first time in a jiu-jitsu class, and they were trying to just pull off.
Am I doing it right?
Yeah, they were just trying to do whatever they thought would work.
I would probably fade Vince Morales, to be completely honest with you guys.
Yeah, I don't see a future for him in the UFC anymore after that.
Vince Morales signed to the GFL.
The Global Fight Promotion with an AI promo.
Yeah, like what the fuck is this? Like the beginning of Star Wars, the Clone Wars, second week on GFL. Vince Morales is coming in and like get the fuck out of here.
Vince Morales comes in on short notice to face Tyron Woodley.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Championship belt.
The GFL title is on the line. Like, get the fuck out of here, boys. The first fight we lost on this was Gabriel Bonfim against Chaos Williams. Still fuck with Chaos Williams. He came in on short notice and he did not tap. That's one of the most important parts about this shit. He did not tap. He came in here and he just got submitted on the second round. That made me fuck with Bonfim a little bit more because I was tired of his ass going to decision. But, you know, he got the shit done. And I'm just happy that he finally got a finish.
Yeah, I mean, I still like Chaos Williams. I do wish that if you're going to come into the octagon like that, like the way he did, mean mugging everything, pulling up, like standing in the middle of the octagon, staring your opponent down before they even walk in. Like, I just need to see a little bit more out of you if you're going to be doing something like that. But just shout out Bonfim, man. He had the footwork on the feet to stay out of range of those big, heavy shots from Chaos Williams, and he had the ground game and jiu-jitsu to get it done on the ground. So he did what he needed to do, and yeah, first one we lost on the card. You can't really blame us. Chaos Williams isn't that bad of a fighter. I mean, I thought we had an edge when we picked him as dog money, but you live and you learn, boys.
I want to say I know the next fight wasn't Delgado. I forget.
It was
Aguilar versus whatever.
Estevam.
Not too much to say about this fight, boys. We picked him. I didn't really know much about Rafael Estevam. He won a decision, was getting into trouble in the later round of the fight. I mean, that's about all there is to say.
Yeah, I mean, Jesus Aguilar showed he had the dog in him at the end of the fight, but he didn't do enough throughout the whole fight to win it, so good job on Estevam getting it done. I mean, we didn't pick Aguilar to win. We knew that he wasn't really winning this fight because Estevam debuted and beat Charles Johnson, who isn't bad at all. So I knew he could get this one done here, but it was a lot closer than I would have thought it was going to be.
And then Delgado versus Connor Matthews,
yes,
boys.
Sir.
I really like Delgado a lot. I'm excited to see what he does in this division. Coming in, and he just looked dominant, guys. Like, he knocked him out within the first 3 minutes of the fight. This was a guy who would win 3 rounds in the UFC before. So Delgado, I'm really happy for him. I'm excited to see where he goes forward, and he's definitely on my radar as prospects for the featherweight division.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, even on the Contender Series, I knew this guy was going to be about his shit when he made it to the UFC, and he proved that, boys. You're making your debut and knocking somebody out like that. He's definitely going to go far in this division and make some waves. I mean, this featherweight's looking pretty good right now. Featherweight has a good amount of prospects. You got Zalal, you got John Silva, you got Delgado. Just off the top of my head, I bet I could think of a couple more, but that's a good stack of prospects for that division, and I think down the road it's going to look pretty good in a couple years when those guys start racking up wins.
Yeah, I agree with that. First fight on the main card. This one really pissed me off, bad boys. Vieira versus Andre Petrosky. He was one of my locks of this card. And I don't understand how he allowed that fight to get away with him. Going into the third round, he was minus 625 to win that. You're allowing Andre Petrosky to outbox you? Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, I thought that Rodolfo won the first. He edged the first and third round were. Well, no, the first round was the closest round.
Yeah.
The third round went to Petrosky. The second went to Rodolfo. But I feel like Rodolfo did enough to edge the first round. But I guess the judges didn't see it that way. You really can't complain too much about it because, like I said, it was a very close round. So it is what it is. But really hope Rodolfo Vieira could got it done against Petrosky. When you're making Petrosky look like fucking Alex Pereira out there, shit's starting to go rogue.
He shouldn't have shaved that damn beard, boys.
Yeah.
That's all we're gonna say. The next fight was Bonfim versus Sadikov. And we went Sadikov. He was a pretty decent underdog. Bonfim was coming on. He was running it in the first round. We want to give him his respect. But Sadikov completely changed the momentum with that question mark kick. It was perfect.
Placed.
It was perfectly landed at the perfect time. And I get there was a little bit of controversy. Was he saying he could see? Was he not? Doesn't matter, guys. The fight got fucking called off. Sadikov won that.
Yeah, and it's about time some shit like that goes our way, because whenever something like that happens, it never goes our way. So I'm taking this one.
It's always when we've got a shit ton of money on the line.
Yeah.
And, yeah.
We're taking that one to the bank on our shit, because like that never happens in our favor. So I don't want to hear anybody complaining about, oh, well, he could barely speak English and he said he could see.
There was a damn translator in there and she said he couldn't fucking see.
Yeah, so just fuck off with all that.
Third fight, guys, Dylan Budka versus Edmund Shabazian. Thank God Edmund Shabazian won this. This was one of those matchups where if Edmund Shabazian lost, you were really going to have to ask yourself, what is the purpose of watching this fucking sport any longer? Edmund Shabazian came in. He made quick work of Dylan Budka. Dylan Budka got a lot of leeway from the UFC. They gave his ass 3 fights, which is a lot more than they'll give a lot of other people. I'm just really happy. I like Edmund Shabazian. Do I think he's a great fighter? Not really. But do I think he has the potential to be entertaining? Absolutely. So I'm excited he won this, kept himself in the UFC, and let's see who they put him up with next.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, I'm surprised Dylan Budka's been in the UFC this long. He's probably like Dana or Sean Shelby's like plug or some shit. That's the only reason why he's still in the UFC. But I don't think he'll be in here after that.
The shit 8-4. The shit he's serving isn't that good.
Yeah, the shit.
No, he's 7-5, not 8-4.
Yeah, he's 7-5 now. He's cooked, boys. Dylan Budka's cooked. I mean, he literally just looks like a stoner they found off the street and he pulled up in an octagon.
Mindless Hulk, and he's got a tattoo across his back that says "mindless." Get the fuck out of here, bro.
Yeah, that's how you fight, mindlessly.
Co-main event, boys, Yusuf Zalal versus Calvin Kattar. This wasn't necessarily the fight I think any of us were expecting. Yusuf Zalal didn't get him to the ground really at all. And we were saying for the last 2.5 minutes of the fight, Yusuf Zalal was weaving shit and trying to coast.
Yeah, in that third round, he coasted his way to the decision. It's obvious. But Calvin Kattar, he's cooked. He only put on the pressure in the third when he knew he was down 2 rounds. If he was doing that the entire fight,
Zalal probably would have lost.
Yeah, Zalal probably would have lost. So it is what it is. Zalal got it done, and we've got a new top 15 fighter, boys, in the featherweight division. I feel like he's gonna do some damage in that division. He's got the ground game to keep up with most of those guys, if not all of them. And he's got decent enough striking to keep up with people like Calvin Kattar, who's literally only a boxer.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's no mainly.
Yeah, literally all he does is a striker, and he kept up with him on the feet. So I think Zalal will go far in this division.
Yeah, I agree with that, boys. It was just nice to see that we were right about that one as well. But to wrap things up, boys, main event, Obama versus Cannonier. I can't lie, guys. This was a bit of a slap in the face because this is the kind of shit I was thinking about before predicting the fight. And I honestly, I can't remember exactly what we said in our video, but I feel like I may have slightly said something about this before the thing started. Like, we've learned a very valuable lesson over these last few weeks, boys. And that is when these guys are making their very first 5-round fight debut, like Michelle Pereira or RoboCop, whether we like them or not, we're gonna have to fade because Obama was absolutely out of fucking gas in the second round. And then we thought, oh, maybe he was gonna catch a stride or wait, was that the third round?
No, he was in the first round. He came out. The second round, he slowed it down.
The third round, he picked it back up. It was the beginning of, okay, yeah.
He got rocked at the end of the third.
Yeah, and so we were thinking, maybe this is gonna wake his ass up. The very beginning of the fourth round, he's up against the cage eating shit.
The fight was over as soon as he got elbowed right there and dropped. He gave up.
Yeah,
which sucks because like
I did like him a lot.
I like him a lot, but now I can't. It's hard to bet on somebody who's like giving up like that because like you could tell at the beginning of the fourth. After that, he was already done. It was in his own mind. He knew it was over.
And the problem is, guys, like, there's really nothing stopping anybody. If he gets rocked as badly as he did against Cannonier, against somebody else, he could do the same thing. So it's not a matter of, oh, come on, he was fighting the greatest in the world. It's the 41-year-old fucking Cannonier who's got knocked out his last 2 fights, pretty much.
And nothing even against Cannonier. But the facts still remain. Like, he's 40 years old.
We don't want to see you killing a prospect when you're on your way out. Guys, Cannonier's never going to touch the fucking title. Let's be completely honest.
He's not going to touch damn near top 5. It would be a crime if he got ranked top 5 for beating an unranked fighter. Yeah,
but anyways, boys, we wanted to come with you with for our reaction this week. Good on the picks. Believe we went 2-1 on the bets. We lost the one with fucking Vieira, which sucks. But hey, what can you do, boys? We'll take a week and get. Drop your record in the comments if you guys did good or did bad. We really appreciate all the engagement we get, whether you're liking the video, leaving a comment, or just watching the video, boys. It means a lot. We definitely noticed that shit.
Yeah, boys. Mid card. Appreciate the comments and the watching our videos, boys, and we'll see you in the next one. I think it's Cejudo versus Song is next week's card.
Yep.
We've got John Silva on the card. Just letting you know right now that's the lock of that card. So stay tuned for our prediction video for that, because I think we're gonna cook some shit up that will make up for Obama selling shit this week, boys.
Yeah, and that's GCMMA out.
See y'all, boys.